tonight back with the Oakland Raider 2021 Dynasty. Actually, franchise in this case. Second time around against KC. Beat him by a touchdown the first time in Kansas City. I expect a much tougher game from him this time. 4-1, 5-0, playing in Oakland.
A fight for the right to be number one. It's a coach. You're immersed in the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's a battle of the top two teams in the AFC West, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Oakland Raiders. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Bring it up.
So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Wait, I'm the little lady. Be a long day for you.
Mahomes now on first down. That's complete to John Ross. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And now the Chiefs' offensive starters.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Here's how they'll line things up on the defensive side of the ball for Oakland. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And I know, just like me, you're fired up about this one because this is the irresistible object and the immovable force. They're going head-to-head, number one versus number one. I've talked about that running backs renaissance for a while. Can they slow these guys down? Where's my helmet? I want to play.
Jeez, you are fired up. Something's got to give. He'll give this to Oakland. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the first carry for Doug Martin. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. A look now at the Oakland offense.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
On first, here's Washington. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Time to check the defensive starters here for Kansas City. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check girls, check girls, check girls.
Carr gives it off to Washington. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
It's a sack. Come on, fellas.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken from just outside the 30. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys, win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
In on the stoppage to here, Whitehead.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now it's Mahomes again. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go. Here we go.
Mahomes to throw once more. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off through the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Tighten up, tighten up.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And the kick by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Come on, fellas.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The run on first down gets him a couple up to the 27. The numbers for Washington at last week's contest, 16 carries, 56 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because He establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
From the 27, Carr.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here comes Kansas City. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
That's where you belong.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Championship, baby. We got this.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Yellow. On the line, right? No. Let's go one more. Right side.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Open man is lost, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Yeah, baby.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, D.
Now Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception.
That's track.
They'll run out of the gun with Oakland. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Oh, yeah.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Carr on the give. It's Washington. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Push him back.
Throwing on 2nd down. Carr. A scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
Let's go.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Carnell on 1st down. And that's complete. It's Sims. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Running it, Washington. They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's Carr to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. And Gresham, the tight end, brings it in. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run Martin. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the gun, it's caught. It is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Marcel Aitman, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Sturgis for the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now the throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. I think people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Mahomes now to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 44, Mahomes will find Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Now Eckler. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then curls back inside for the completion.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or he keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to...
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Tyrell Williams heading back out on the field now. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Get him, boys. Yeah, that's how we do it.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Working from the gun, it's caught. It's Williams on the catch. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
Point after now from Sturgis. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was the visiting Colts who were able to pick up the road victory. Andrew Luck, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Le'Veon Bell, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Monday night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Bucks. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. We're just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher guys trying to get to the football.
To throw, it's called. They'll buy some time running. Got a man. It's Aitman complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Now Washington. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, we're good.
Back to the ground. This time it's Burton. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
29. Hey, Haywood. Max 50.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Carr. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple. And that's exactly why they trail.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
They're not ready for this, man. 93. They're still playing soft. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Operating from the gun. Carr. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here we go. Now. Keep
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
First down. Here's the run with Martin. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Yeah!
With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
No chance.
Play action. Now it's Carr. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull. Raiders in for 6. Touchdown. Derek Carr. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Sturgis adds the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They've been able to move the ball well in the air, and certainly a big, big reason why those receiving corps have been excellent.
There's no doubt about it, partner. And let's face it, when they get away from defenders, those guys are quick. And when they go over the top of people and use their bodies, they're just thick. But let's face it, what we're seeing right now are catches that are simply sick.
Well, you brought your A game. You're fired up over those catches, aren't you?
Can't help it. Even as a former defensive back, I've got to tip my cap to these guys. They are balling.
I appreciate that. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
It's our time.
This is a counter play, Eckler. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. You remember me? You heard?
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll get this to Eckler. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start the drive with Washington. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Now!
50, Mike, 50.
180! 180, we're good, we're good! 180!
Check, 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 check.
Yes, sir!
On play action, it's Carr. Sliding out of the pocket. He gets it to Sims, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 44.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. He can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flip the script here in the 3rd quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice time, right? And remember, there weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
We'll see. Maybe he just needs a couple orange slices here for this drive. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the
Mahomes now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. third and long. It's Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go, let's go!
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Right back to Washington. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Carr now 6 for 6 since another back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Washington now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your phone.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They were trying to get it to DeAndre Washington. And it's 3rd and 4.
Watch both. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh?
Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. But this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said at okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Cleveland Farrell with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
On 2nd down, it's Washington, and able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They run with Washington. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Washington. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
50, Mike's 50. Arm yardage.
Now a play fake. Carr out to his left. The open man here, Renfro. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
What now? What it is? Get him! Get him! Get him!
They'll run on first down. Washington. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Mike's All right, T, let's go.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Staying on the ground with Washington. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
93.
44's Mike. Check.
Go.
44's to Mike. 44's to Mike. I got you, son. I got you, son. 44's to Mike. Mike's 44.
Back to throw. Call. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Kill. 180.
Hey, 50. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Double dog. That's the way.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
44's to Mike. 44's Mike. Check.
To throw is Carr. Got an open man. It's Aikman. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 24-17. Just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. He's back to throw. It's complete to Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. To throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw is made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Oakland, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin.